Hello football lovers, you are welcome to your favorite channel, Dr. Pure FC, your home of pure football vibes. The Champions League is back again. Wow, I know everyone is so excited. Now let's go straight to the point. Tonight promises to deliver the most electric fixtures, of the group stages of the UEFA Champions League. And let me tell you something you don't know about this Champions League. These fixtures that you see is all about, establishing identity, momentum, and dominance. Now, let's talk about Liverpool. Real Madrid will be traveling away from home to face Liverpool at Anfield. Wow, what a match. I'm just waiting for this match to come. And guess what? I know this is going to be a memorable night for football lovers all over the world. Now, I want to give you some tactical breakdown about Liverpool and Real Madrid. Now, this is what happened. Liverpool usually deploy a tactics of 4-2-3-1, where you see Robertson or Kekes, Van Vidal, Konate, you see Bradley or Soboslai. You can see then on the double pivots, you see McAllister, you see Gravenberch, or you see that Gravenberch, or you see Soboslai. And sometimes Soboslai too can play the right back. Then from the next three formation, you see is Cody Capo, you see Salah, you see Florian Wirtz. And moving forward, or sometimes you see Chiesa, and moving forward, you see what? Ekitike or Isaac. So at the moment, Isaac is currently injured. So I think for me, if Liverpool wants to have a chance, they need more experience in this game. Now, why I say so is I think I'll prefer a Robertson on left back, because this is going to be an intense match, and I will give you reasons why. And then you expect I want a Konate at the back with Van Vidal, and I want a Bradley. Then I will prefer a Gravenberch and Soboslai to mount the midfield, and then Florian Wirtz. Then you have the Salah, the Gakpo, and the Ekitike. Now, Liverpool, when they usually press on transition, they don't usually change shape. So we understand how they press. We know how Liverpool press. And for those of you who have been following, my analysis on my channel, like I've said, Liverpool, they were becoming very predictable. And a lot of people felt that Ancelotti should change his tactics. Now, let me tell you one thing about Real Madrid that you need to know, that many of us don't know this season. I've been following Real Madrid all this while, since this season started. And because I was curious, I wanted to know why they went for Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso is the current coach of Real Madrid. And what I discovered is that this guy is a tactician. He's not just a tactician, he's a genius when it comes to coaching. Now, I will tell you why this Real Madrid team appears to be one of the most dangerous teams, in the world right now. It's because of how they play, their style of play. The way these players, they usually transform shapes, they usually change shape when they want to build up. Now, sometimes you see them in a triangular shape, in a rectangular shape. And the reason why this team is so dangerous is because they know how to transit the ball, and they know how to bypass a press because of the dynamic play, because of the kind of players they have. In fact, let me tell you one thing. They have some very skillful players. And I would say above all, their players are very dynamic and also very fluid. So when they want to bypass a press, it's not difficult for them. And when they want to go for a ball, they go together. In fact, let me tell you something interesting about this Real Madrid team is even when they want to cause overload in the mid or at the middle, they also change shape. That's why this team is good. I watched them against Juventus. They were going with different shapes. Now, ideally, the kind of tactics they play, their normal tactics is a 4-3-3. But they now change shape. In fact, most times you see them changing shape to 4-2-2-2. Sometimes they can even change shape to a 4. They just change different shapes. And Xabi Alonso made a statement. He said, this is Real Madrid in evolution, that they are in the evolution stage. And I agree with him, because if you understand tactics, you will know that this Real Madrid team is very dangerous. And that's why Liverpool must be very, very aware. And now let me tell you something. There are two players I'm going to mention in this Real Madrid team that I think they are the most feared players. Number one, Valverde. This guy, he's so good. Now, what he does is actually he's a box-to-box midfielder. But what Xavi Alonso has been able to use him to do is he plays the right back, and sometimes he overlaps, and sometimes he underlaps. I know a lot of people don't watch Real Madrid match, but when I see him, what he does is sometimes he goes and look for those half spaces. In fact, sometimes he positions himself in such a place that he is a singular person creating space so that two players he will drag players to himself and then create a space for Mbappe. And that's why I'm going to tell you why you see Mbappe excelling. Now, a second player we need to talk about is, I call him A. Fernandez Carrera. My goodness, this guy is so good. He plays the left back for Real Madrid. In fact, for me, this is the revelational player for Real Madrid. For me, he's one of the best players in Madrid. Why I say so is, whenever Real Madrid, they try to build on a press, he usually finds spaces, not from the left back, from the middle. And what he does, he creates an overload in that area, giving Bellingham a chance to go forward, and this will also in turn create chance for Mbappe to stay not wide, centrally. And then, oh my goodness, this guy is so good. In fact, I saw him doing a lot of things. In fact, let me tell you one thing about this Carrera. Sometimes, even when Madrid needs to defend, he will form a back three. That's why I say this guy is so good. So most times these are the things we look at, and then when you go and look at his heat map, you understand where I'm coming from. And then another good thing why you see Mbappe scoring goals to left, right, and center is how this guy Carrera has created chance for Vinicius Junior to go forward. So sometimes even Junior will need to go and play as a center forward, and Mbappe will switch to the right wing. Mbappe will switch to the left wing. So this is what they've been doing. So this has actually made Real Madrid to be very, very, very dangerous this season. Now let me tell you some facts. At the moment, Mbappe has 18 goals. In La Liga, he has 13 goals. In Champions League, this young man has 5 goals. He's doing very well this season. So in 13 games, we are talking about a player who has 18 goals. What a game for this guy. And do you know, because of these tactics, that was why Barcelona was finding it hard to press. Barcelona could not press. They had, yes, you said they had possession, but they could not use the ball to achieve results, because Real Madrid, they know how to cause overload, they know how to cover those spaces, and they were very dangerous in transitions. These are the things you need to know about these two clubs. Now let's talk about the next fixture, which I think it's another great match to be. Now it's the defending champions hosting Bayern Munich. We call the stadium Parc des Français. So, well, let's see what's going to be. From here, from the books, PSG has lost 4 times to Bayern Munich in the UEFA Champions League. So as it stands today, Bayern Munich has a upper hand in terms of history. But I listened to what Vincent Kompany said, which is the coach for Bayern Munich, and he said that his team needs to be in a perfect form to get a victory, in Parc des Français. Well, for me, is the fact, because PSG currently, they are the leading scorers in the UEFA Champions League. In fact, by fact, they have 13 goals in the UEFA Champions League. So this team is very lethal going forward, because what they do, they play an Arsenal kind of tactics. They play a 4-3-3 position. So, they play Vitinha, Joao Neves, they play even sometimes, you see Nuno Mendes sometimes. And one thing about PSG, they also change shape. Some teams, why you find it difficult to even handle them, is because of how when they transit on the ball, they just change shape, and it becomes difficult to play such a thing. Now, for Bayern Munich, their formation has always been there, but what I'm saying is there's a chance they will play Jackson up front, and they will allow Harry Kane, because Harry Kane is very strong. Harry Kane knows how to build on the ball. So Harry Kane might likely be like he play a number 8. So they're likely to play a 4-2-3-1. Where Jackson will be the 9, because Jackson can be very explosive on counter attacks. Now, I will not fail to talk about my team, which I say is the best team in the world. and I call them the Gunners. The Gunners for life. It's my team, my blood will forever. This team is so good. Like I used to say, on and off the ball. What a team. What a team. Well, we'll be traveling to Slavia Prague. I know it's a comfortable win. Now, let me give you some facts about my team. We are yet to concede a single goal in the UEFA Champions League. And if you go and check statistics, we are rated as the number one club that has the high chance of winning this trophy. So can you imagine we are going for our fourth match, and there is a chance too that Slavia Prague may not be able to find the net or to find the score or to find the net against Arsenal. This in this Champions League tomorrow. I'm so sure about that. There are other fixtures. Tottenham will be hosting Copenhagen, at the White Hart Lane. Tottenham had a shambolic and a disgraceful performance during the weekend against Chelsea, and a lot of us Arsenal fans were happy, because for me, I feel they played like a League 2 game. They were not. They were very slow and moribund, like I said in my previous analysis. And there are other fixtures, that will be going on. And then don't forget to share your predictions and your thoughts on my comment section. And also don't forget to like my videos. Don't forget to share my videos. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, just click on that subscribe button, Dr. Pure FC. If you are searching for me on other social media platforms, please just type Dr. Pure FC. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram. Well, we'll be here. Please stay tuned, because I will also be sharing, the fixtures of the UEFA Champions League. All right. I love you all. Bye.